Okay, yay, we're ready to go. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We are very excited about some of the information that you guys are going to hear tonight, and we're going to kick it off with Dr. Melissa Hetrick. She's going to start us off tonight. So, Melissa, go ahead. I'm going to start the PowerPoint too while you start talking.
Hi. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining us. And as Jules said, I am a pharmacist. I work at a local multi-campus hospital in my area. And tonight we're going to talk with a bunch of mission-driven people. We'll hear from Jules, we'll hear from Kim, and maybe some other people will tell their stories. And we're going to learn how one simple change can be the catalyst to improve your family's health. So this will be relaxed, it'll be fun, and we'll share some quick info and stories. You've been invited by somebody that respects and loves you. And I really hope you'll enjoy listening, and maybe you'll even think of somebody who needs to hear this. I am so grateful for this community, and I just appreciate everybody taking the time to come on. So we're going to start out talking about why we're unhealthy. And I think we would all agree as a country, we are just really, really healthy. And I always feel like I'm playing catch up. And I don't know, does anybody, maybe the next thing you can put in the chat, do you know anybody that struggles with these diseases? Some of the big things that plague our country are heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and obesity. More children are harmed by a poor diet than exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. Now, some of the reasons that we are unhealthy are our environmental toxins are increasing and our food quality is decreasing. So why are our environmental toxins increasing? So I love this drawing. It shows you all the different ways we're kind of doing bad to our environment. Some things are maybe beyond our day-to-day control, but a lot of things we can control. So, gases in the air, junk going into our groundwater that's draining into the streams. I was just talking to neighbors about fertilizing my yard. So I can't fertilize my yard because I have stray cats, but I also have a creek behind my house. So I don't really want that runoff. You could walk more, you could bike more. And environmental toxins are in everything. So pharmacists, hi, prescription drugs, OTC drugs, you don't want to throw those all down the drain. Think of plastics, pesticides. And the next reason we're really unhealthy is that our food quality is decreasing. 50% of what we eat is processed. And we touched on this very briefly before we started. It's really hard to eat. It can be hard to eat healthy, and it's almost not our fault. So much of our food is processed, so much healthy food is expensive, and our food is filled with preservatives, growth hormones, less nutrition, again with the pesticides. And if you think about the broccoli you might have bought at the store, it could lose 50 to 80% of its key nutrients before you even purchase it. So that's the end of my bad news for the night. The good news is there are some ways that we can get healthier. So we're going to talk about 6, and we're going to really stick on 1. So what can we do? The one thing I do want to mention is you don't want to try to tackle all your health goals at one time. You want to start with a balance, start with something small, make a manageable goal, make a simple change, make it a habit, stick with it, move on to something else, connect that habit and keep going. So what can we do? We can exercise. Every little bit counts. Park your car farther, walk around the block when you get home, everything. Sleep 7 to 8 hours or try. I know a lot of people don't get that. Develop a nighttime routine of unplugging, calming scents, deep breathing. And I read something that I think should be common sense, but I was like, oh, that's neat. When we sleep, it's really your time for your body to just come back down and repair itself. So when you think you're saving time and I don't need sleep, not getting a good amount of sleep really affects our well-being. This is my favorite one, managing stress. I love this lady's meditating at work. Do it. Who cares? Take some time, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, step away from your desk if you need to. Drink water. So one of the things that's usually said is drink about half of your weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you're drinking 75 ounces of water. We can get water from our food. So something that's good right now is watermelon for that, and lots of other items of food. We can give you some suggestions. And then cleaner, safer products. I mean, this ranges from what we're putting in and on our bodies, well, I guess just on our bodies, our makeup, our hair care products, and what we're cleaning our house with, washing our dishes with. And what we're really going to focus on tonight is eating real food. So we're on the go. It's so hard to eat healthy. It really can be. A couple ways that you want to think about, a couple things you want to think about: eating local, eating fresh, shopping the perimeter. So the outside of your grocery store, that's where you're getting the freshest food. Even if it's frozen, that's better than a can. And then add extra veggies to your plate. So why are fruits and vegetables so important? We're going to focus on them because experts agree that most diseases are actually preventable with good nutrition. I know, you think it's crazy. It's really not. There are so many things that we can solve with nutrition. So fruits and veggies are so important because we are constantly hit with something called oxidative stress. And this goes back to the slide we saw where it said our environmental toxins are increasing. So you are constantly having things come at your body, and oxidative stress is an imbalance between antioxidants, which are good, and free radicals, which are just these crazy things flying around in our body, doing all kind of bad things, causing high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, making us age faster. Like our apple on the left, that oxidative stress causes aging and disease. The right side of the apple had some antioxidants applied to it in the form of lemon juice, and we get antioxidants from fruits and vegetables, and that protects our cells from oxidative stress. So now you can eat your apple several hours later and it's still going to be delicious. So antioxidants help to balance this good and bad in our body. And when you can't balance that, what are most of us doing to get that better nutrition? Multivitamins. Oh, sorry, I didn't know this one was here. So we're going to tell you, this is why I'm telling you that fruits and veggies are so good, they could actually save your life. Only 1 in 10 adults consume enough fruits and veggies daily. So I'm going to ask you now, and you're going to have a couple times to think about it. How many servings of fruits and veggies did you eat today? Put that in the chat. Don't be shy. The first time Sharon did this presentation, I had to take my computer into the kitchen because I was so embarrassed. I had only eaten 3 servings of fruits and veggies that I repacked my lunch for the next day and added in more fruits and more veggies. So why do we need to eat so much? Our produce is picked early. It's not fully developed. It's transported thousands of miles. Your bananas didn't come from Pennsylvania. And 90% of Americans don't eat enough servings, and we don't get a variety. So I like to tell people, like, I buy bananas, apples, oranges, and berries. Those are my staples. But if I'm eating the same thing every day, I'm only getting the nutrients that those 4 fruits are supplying. So we really need a variety. You can do the next slide, please. So sorry, I jumped ahead with my multivitamins. So when we, as Americans, don't get enough from our food and from our diets, we usually jump to multivitamins. And even as a pharmacist, I didn't realize until a few years ago that multivitamins are kind of junk. You can see on the left side of the screen, the smaller picture, you're getting a handful of supplements from your multivitamin. On the right side of the screen is only one portion of, I think, several pages of how many phytonutrients an apple can give you. So phytonutrients are plant nutrients. So plant goodness. This apple, all of the stuff in the apple is working synergistically. So it takes all these different parts and it is just working in your body to do the best that it can. And the multivitamin cannot fix what whole food can do. So my story is that I started using something called Juice Plus. I had researched it, and as a pharmacist, I love helping people. And I'm a nurturer, and I just want everybody to feel fantastic. So I started this because my husband and I were going through fertility treatments, trying to get pregnant. And I continued it because I saw the positive impact it had on my family. So I'm going to pass it over to Jules, who's going to share with you just what is Juice Plus? Why do we care, and why is it so important in our lives?
Thanks, Melissa. Okay, so I'm sorry that Melissa had to give you guys the bad news first. I get to give you guys the good news. And yeah, like Melissa, somebody that cared about me shared Juice Plus with me, but it was 14 years ago. And I was working as a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor. And to be honest, I probably looked healthy on that outside, but inside I was nutritionally starving. And when she asked earlier, like, how many fruits and vegetables did you eat today? If I had one that day, and it would usually be a banana or an apple, it wasn't usually a fruit, not a vegetable, I was lucky. And so because of that, I was experiencing things like low energy, breaking nails. My hair was thinning and falling out, cystic acne. And I always call it this puffy layer of skin around my body, which I now know is inflammation. And so Juice Plus came into my life, and it made sense. It made sense that there's a gap in what we're eating and what we should be eating. But I definitely was skeptical. And so I'm going to share with you guys why Juice Plus is not only common sense, but it also is backed by science. But first of all, just so you know, the Juice Plus powders, they're pulverized juice, dried into powders at low temperatures. They're put into capsules or chewables. We also have a full spectrum omega, which I'm going to share a little bit more about too. These are all the ingredients in the fruit, veggie, and berry blend. And I love this visual because if you guys are a visual person like me, it's like, okay, what am I getting in these capsules? It's really crazy, all of these fruits and veggies that they pack into these capsules. And what's even crazier is that some of these I never even heard of, like a bilberry or there was another one, like I've heard of black currants, but I've never had one. And I don't eat prunes regularly. I don't eat parsley regularly. All of these things. And you guys, if you can see this, I know if you're on your phone, it might be small, but if you can see this, go ahead and put one fruit or vegetable that you do not eat ever because you either don't like the taste or you don't have them in your grocery store. And I just love this, that we can get this into our diet every single day. And of course, our plant-based omegas. I bet most of you know that you should be taking an omega, and I bet a lot of you don't because of the fishy after burps. And that's one reason I never took an omega. I could never stomach them, no matter if it was in an oil form or a pill form. But what I love about these omegas is that they are sourced from the algae, which is, by the way, where the fish get their omegas. And so we cut out the middle fish, we go straight to the source. And there's also things like that sea buckthorn berry oil, which these sea buckthorn berries are grown in the harshest conditions in the Himalayan mountains. And they are one of the most antioxidant filled berries that you could get. And so I just love that all of these ingredients are so good for you. And Juice Plus really is unique. Like Melissa said, it's food. It's not a multivitamin. So you really kind of have to have a mind shift when you switch to Juice Plus because it's not a vitamin. It has a food label. And if you guys go look at anything in your cabinet that's in a pill form, it probably has a supplement label. These are made with non-GMO ingredients. They're vegan, kosher, dairy, and gluten-free. And by the way, they were all of those things way before they were buzzwords. It's NSF certified, which means a third party comes in and validates that what is on the label is exactly what's in it. Go ahead and raise your hand if you've heard of something that was in a bottle that was pulled off the market because it had a harmful substance in it, especially these kids' vitamins. I see it all the time. This NSF certification makes sure that that would never, ever happen. And number three, which is why I could put my stamp of approval, not only as a mom, but as a personal trainer on Juice Plus, is that it is the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world with over 40 peer reviewed published clinical studies. I always want to say that, we're not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. However, when you give the body what it needs to heal, the chances of it healing are a lot greater. And there's not one medical condition out there that can't be made better by better nutrition. So, what about this research? Gold standard research. And I know this is one of the reasons that Melissa, being a medical professional, chose to come on and share about Juice Plus because this research is gold standard. It means it's randomized, double blind, placebo controlled. You might not know what that means, but you can do research on anything and throw it out there. And it doesn't mean squat. But when you have gold standard research, this is the cream of the crop. This is the best research that's out there. And look at where it's done. These are universities and hospitals all over the world, not just in America. And the research results have attracted thousands of doctors and healthcare professionals because of what it's finding. We're finding one, that Juice Plus is bioavailable. You have to make sure that it gets into the bloodstream. But two, once it gets into the bloodstream, it does really good things for the body. And you guys can see just some of the things that it can do, contributes to cardiovascular wellness. It positively impacts the gut microbiome and digestive health. Again, that's a buzzword now, but we were doing that 25 years ago. It supports healthy lung function, healthy skin and gums, which, by the way, after I started taking Juice Plus, my hair stopped falling out, my skin stopped breaking out, my nails started breaking. So there's research that proves that fruits and vegetables can do that kind of stuff for your body. One of my favorite is the reduces oxidative stress because listen, I know I'm getting older as you guys are also, and we all want to age gracefully, don't we? And the more oxidative stress we have on our body, the more that impacts our aging, the way we look, the way we feel. If you can reduce oxidative stress in the body, not only are you going to feel a lot better, you're going to look a lot better too. One of the things that our company has been on a mission since the beginning of time is the family getting healthier. So this initiative is called the Family Health Studies. And what it does is for every adult who orders Juice Plus, a child between the ages of 4 and 18 can get Juice Plus for free. And I just love this because you can't have one part of the family being healthy and then the other part not. And so Juice Plus doesn't want to choose between kids or parents getting healthy. We need to all be healthy. What's really great about this study is that these kids were eating more fruits and vegetables, consuming less fast food and soft drinks, visiting the doctor less, taking fewer over the counter or prescription drugs after being on Juice Plus. And so once you start giving the body good things, it starts craving good things. One of my other favorite products that Juice Plus has is the Juice Plus Complete Shakes. And now our shakes are all those things that I said before with the capsules where they're vegan, they're gluten free, they're kosher, and they are delicious. I know if you can see the ingredients on here, you probably were thinking, oh my gosh, broccoli sprouts, radish sprouts, alfalfa sprouts. My kids drink this every day. So do I. Not only that, but I can even throw extra kale, spinach, berries, bananas in there, and they still don't have a clue because it tastes so good. One of the other favorite facts about the complete shakes is the fiber content that's in the Juice Plus Complete. And fiber is one of those very underrated, overlooked ingredients in our diets today. If we don't have adequate fiber, there's a whole heck of a lot going wrong in our gut. We need to have fiber. And the Juice Plus Complete shakes have more fiber than any other packaged food that you can find on the market. And this is our newest shake. This is called Juice Plus Perform. And this really is, it says right there, tailored for performance. It really was a shake set out for athletes. And why that is because it has double the protein content that our Juice Plus Complete has. It also has things that are in there naturally sourced vitamin C, B vitamins, mushroom, for vitamin D, all of these things that are really important for muscle recovery, but also for mental performance. And this is my most favorite thing about the Juice Plus Perform. By the way, I drink this every day also. We're on like a liquid diet over here. Liquid diets for half the day. But the Juice Plus Perform, it helps your body to naturally produce collagen. Again, another buzzword, but we all need extra collagen as we start to age. And so we are taking these over the counter things for collagen, but guess what? That's not the best way for your body to get collagen. It's for your body to actually make collagen. When you give your body certain ingredients like zinc and copper and naturally occurring vitamin C, it can actually make collagen on its own. So I love the Juice Plus Perform. Me and my husband drink this every day after a workout. Not only do I think this tastes great also, but my body actually craves this after a hard workout. And so Juice Plus really does bridge the gap between what you sometimes eat and what we should be eating every day. And if you really want to jumpstart your health, we have a program called the Shred 10. It's coming up the Tuesday after Labor Day. And this is just a program that can help your body jumpstart and shred some bad habits and adopt some good habits into your system. One of the interesting things that the shred does is it helps to cleanse the body from toxins. You know, all those toxins Melissa was talking about, actually, your body getting fat is a defense or a safety mechanism to keep the toxins from harming you. The fat surrounds the toxins. But the problem is when you diet and you just shed the fat, you're not shedding the toxins. And so you have to cleanse the toxins out. The shred can actually do that. It's a really neat program. We all do it together. It's fun, and you can really experience some great results by doing the shred. We have incredible resources for healthy living. We have a Facebook group. You have people checking in on you all the time. We have events like this all the time. We have cookbooks. We have sticker things. So anything that you guys need, we have. So I want you guys to be able to call on anybody that invited you tonight to help you with this, because we want to get these resources into your hands as soon as possible. And then this is our final and last product. It's called the Tower Garden. And this is another way that we can get healthy. And I am going to have my friend Kim share a little bit about the Tower.
Thanks, Jules. This is actually how I got, or how I learned about Juice Plus is during COVID, when I was going through the grocery store in the produce department, I saw signs that said that they couldn't guarantee the quality of their produce. So that scared me just a little bit. And I had heard about Juice Plus in the past, did a little bit of research, found this on their website and ordered it immediately. And since then, I've been growing my own lettuce, and it's just been amazing. And you can see if you're, one of the great things about this, if you're comparing this to a soil garden, it's much more efficient. It uses 98% less water. I don't know where you live, but we just recently moved to the northern part of Florida, and water is expensive up here. So in a regular garden, obviously you have to continuously water your garden, and this waters it itself. So that's a plus. It uses 90% less space. I don't, whatever kind of garden you have outside, it's probably going to be larger than a 3-foot by 3-foot area. And if you're using, so they come in 2 types of tower gardens. You have the home version, which is you see on the left, and then the flex version that you see on the right. The one on the right is 3 feet by 3 feet, and the one on the left is slightly smaller than that. Both you can use with lights, and the one on the right, the flex, you can use indoors or outdoors. And that's the nice thing about the tower garden, is that it uses less space. Also, you get so much more for your money with these. And you also get, it produces more than what you would get outside in a soil garden. You're pretty much guaranteed an abundant amount. Like I said, I do lettuce most of the time, and I always have more lettuce. I'm always excited to share my lettuce, my basil, and my peppers, because I seem to always have more than I need. And if you're like me, I'm very impatient. An outside garden isn't going to do it for me. I don't have a green thumb. And it's like watching boil water super slow. At the Tower Garden, you can literally eat in maybe 3 to 4 weeks your lettuce, maybe not peppers or tomatoes, but a lot of stuff starts growing super quickly and you can eat it right away. It's safe, it's nutritious. The only hands that really touch your food are your own hands, and it's organic. So, and like I said, it's you save a lot of money. Like I think organic lettuce now is $7.99 for a large container. That's really expensive. Every time I go to the store, I cringe when I see that. And here you have it right at your fingertips whenever you need it. Sorry, my dogs are playing. But anyway, it's probably my favorite thing about all of the Juice Plus products is the Tower Garden.
Yeah. And this is your tower.
Yep. And this is my tower.
Yep. So I agree too. I just got my tower up here also, and very happy to have lettuce every time I go to the grocery store and see how much lettuce is. It's crazy. And I love giving it to my neighbors, the abundance. So we're about to wrap this up. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Juice Plus really is a great way for us to jumpstart our health snowball, and it is affordable. You can see the price per serving or per day here, but you can get with the person who invited you to talk to you more about the best option for your family. And so we invite you to join us. A couple of things can happen after you hear this information. If you're like me, after I heard this, I knew immediately that I had to have Juice Plus in my system. And so it just made sense that I became a customer. But also, when I heard this information, I was thinking of my dad, who's a diabetic, my brother, who was severely obese, one of my personal training clients who had knee problems, and I really wanted to share this with them also. So I asked the person who told me about Juice Plus, well, how can I share this with them? And so they told me about the Juice Plus mission and the Juice Plus company. And it was something that I just started doing naturally because I was excited about this information. So that might be you tonight, and you might be thinking of some people like that, and we would love to talk to you a little bit more about how you can not only take Juice Plus, but you can also share this gift of health with the ones that you love. But I am going to end that there. Let me just stop the recording. Let me stop sharing here.